Hi everyone, my name is Sima. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a Queer Eye update. Today is January 5th, and yeah, I'm just going to talk about my highs and my lows for the month of December. If you don't know what the series is, a playlist should be popping up somewhere on your screen so you can catch up. Also, I don't typically wear makeup in these videos, and I want to put it out there that the only reason I'm wearing it for this one is because I put makeup on this morning to film something else, and I have been wearing this face for, what time is it? I want to say like over 15 hours at this point, probably more like, yeah, like I think even 16 probably. So it's looking rough, but it did look very cute in the morning before like the lipstick faded and I took a nap on it and it smudged and things like fell like under my eyes. But I think considering it has been over 15 hours, actually I think it looks pretty good. Anyway, cool, let's just jump right in. It's pretty late, it's like so late that I need to like speed run this and edit it because I need to, it's late and I need to edit, and I also am already sleep deprived. So let's start with, I guess, just a general update. December was like kind of a continuation of November and October, and since my mental health was not very good, but I also had like a couple moments that were like high notes. Like I did find some energy and motivation to do a couple things. So we'll just get into it, starting with Bobby, obviously. So for like housekeeping stuff in terms of like taking care of the house and tidying, I did do a thing that I've been trying to do for several months now, which is taking my candles and like you know when you like burn a candle and then you get to the part where you're basically out of wick but you still have like a chunk of wax. I finally did the thing where I was trying to do where I just like was clearing out the wax so that I could use those containers for other things. They were predominantly Bath and Body Works candles. It was like, I think like probably like 10 Bath and Body Works candles, and then like the 3 wicks, and then one little like tin candle that I got from Staples, and then a random big candle that I got from Indigo, and a different random big candle that I got from a charity sale. And it was a really expensive candle, but I only got it for $5. But it was like in a really nice like glass, like a blue glass container. So I was really hoping to use that container. But anyway, so I finally cleared those out. And the sad part is the only, like the glass one and the Indigo one, which I was both, like they were both like taller than like the Bath and Body Works candles. Like the Bath and Body Works ones are like maybe this is their height probably. Those ones are both like this height. So I was hoping to use them once I like got the wax out for makeup brushes because I thought they'd be like the perfect size. But unfortunately neither of those made it. Like the method I used, which is one that I looked up specifically for Bath and Body Works candles, maybe I should have looked up other methods for the other ones, was basically like I froze them, then like hacked out the wax, and then like washed them in hot water to like clear out any like wax residue. But the glass one and the Indigo one both cracked, and actually the Indigo one like cut my finger open, so I had to get rid of them, which sucks. But the Bath and Body Works ones came out really well, and I finally just like checked that off my list, which was great. The one thing I regret is I don't have any kind of like wax melt things. Like I know people can like will take like the little remnants that they can't like light anymore, and they'll put them in like just like a wax heater thing, and it'll just like slowly waft through the air, and that's like a good way to not like waste the leftover wax. But I just didn't have one of those, so I just ended up throwing it out. But I have used the actual glass containers to store a couple things. I'm storing Q-tips in them, I'm storing like cotton pads, I'm storing like stud earrings, because I have like a thing I hang out with my like big earrings on, but like for the little tiny studs I have them in like one of them. I have one for like hair clips, I have one for hair bands, I have one for scrunchies. I have a bunch. I'm still trying to figure out what to do with some of them, but yeah, those came out well, and I'm glad I finally checked that off my list. I noticed last month that I had an issue with a lot of these posters coming off my walls, and then I wanted to solve that. I haven't actually solved it yet, but I finally got some new like poster grip things to try on the back, and I'm gonna put those up probably some point this week, and hopefully that will actually get these to stay up, because they keep falling off the walls, and the backs are getting really gross because they keep falling on the ground when I'm not home, then getting like sticky with like dog hair sticking to them, and then the backs just look really gross, which sucks because they're like really pretty pieces of art. So I do want them to like not be all fucked up. So hopefully I can put this back up soon. That's kind of it, I think, for the environment. I know I said I wanted to do some cleaning with like the desks. I haven't done that. I'm hoping I can do it in January. But yeah, moving on to Antoni. Not a whole lot to update here too. I finally got those shakes, and I did a couple days of shakes, but then it was also the holidays, so I was kind of just like going to my mom's place and eating food there, and then I had my brother over and we ordered some food in, and just like, you know, it's the holidays, like obviously with Omicron, there wasn't like a whole lot that we were doing, but still like you do kind of want to treat yourself a little bit during the holidays. So it's kind of been like, my eating hasn't been bad, but it hasn't been good either. Like there were definitely days that were bad, and I definitely need to, I think, take it easy in January, which should be fun because I'm not going to be going very many places, and my birthday is probably going to be like a little stay-in event because, again, the virus of it all. But we'll get to that when we talk about my birthday. I'm still keeping track, which is the one thing I really didn't want to stop. Like I haven't broken my streak. I still log everything I eat, even if it's a day where I'm like, sorry to talk about calories and stuff. Like obviously, like, I know that's not a comfortable subject for everybody, but on days when I'm like 1,000 or more calories over what I'm trying to aim to eat every day, it's like, I like that I'm still logging it, so I can't like pretend it didn't happen. Like I'm still holding myself accountable in that way, that I'm like, wait, I'm logging all of my food, not just the days where I like feel okay about it. I have been having a lot of smoothies lately for breakfast, which I really like because I don't know, sometimes I just don't want to eat something like solid for breakfast because it's just like, I feel nauseous that when I'm like eating, I used to like be one of those people like loved eating breakfast and ate breakfast all the time, and I think got into the habit of like not eating breakfast. So now when I'm trying to eat breakfast, because I'm trying to like space out my meals more and have like smaller meals and healthier meals, I think smoothies are a good meal point because it's like I get the protein from like the milk, and then I get the fruits, and then I get like protein powder, etc. And I just like them. So I've been really enjoying those, and I want to keep making them. So, and I have a little like, I have a magic bullet that my dad got me. So I've been really, that's been really helpful in the smoothie making process. Oh, the other thing is my mom has been bringing me a lot of meals. Like I said, I've been seeing her a lot over the holidays, and she's been also just bringing me meals to like take home with me. Like I'll go stay at her house for a couple days, and then when I go home, she'll bring me like 2 or 3 days worth of, so she'll like send me home with like 2 or 3 days worth of food. And that's kind of been keeping me going. And generally her food is pretty healthy because she's like almost more health conscious than I am. So when I have her food, it's like, it's nice. I don't have to worry about cooking it, but I also know it's like probably healthy. So that's been really good. The one like non-healthy but kind of fun thing I did was I baked chocolate chip cookies this morning. They're the ones from Claire Saffitz's book Dessert Person, and they came out so well. I am not like particularly good at baking, I would say, and every other time I've tried to make cookies they've been like horrible, but I think I did a pretty good job with these. Like I don't think they're obviously like perfect like hers are, but she's also a professional baker and I'm not. But I think I did a decent job, especially because I had to like modify a couple things in the ingredients, and I still think they came out really well. And I ate so much freaking cookie dough because that shit was so good. I have a couple that I froze, so I might like just like if I'm ever craving cookies, I'll just have those in the freezer, and then maybe I can like cook them in my toaster oven or something. So that was kind of nice. I'd been wanting to do like a lot more like baking and cooking while my roommates were gone over the holidays, but it just didn't end up happening just because like I had way less energy than I thought I would have. And then also I thought I was gonna be alone in the house, but then we ended up subletting one of the rooms upstairs. So this girl who was supposed to only stay for like a couple days, and then because of the Omicron of it all, she ended up staying for all of the holidays. So I shouldn't have the empty house that I thought I was gonna have, which was like a bummer, but it's also like fine. I'm not like mad about it. She's been really nice, and she has a little dog, and so Luna has like a friend to play with, so that's been like really great, and she's like really nice. So like, that's not an issue. But I was kind of like bummed that I didn't have like the empty house, because I'm okay with like filming with other people, but I feel very self-conscious about it most of the time, especially if it's like a stranger or someone I'm like super comfortable with. Like I'd be fine if I had like a really close friend and we were like filming a video together, like that'd be fine. But when other people know I'm filming, I feel very like, so like it's a weird thing, because it's like I'm totally okay with like strangers seeing these videos and talking to me about them, but like when people I know see my videos and then talk to me about them, it's like I like remember that I'm making YouTube videos, and then I like have the like embarrassing self-conscious like, oh my god, why am I making YouTube videos? Why am I allowing other people to perceive me like this? And I get really in my head about it, but then I think I'm trying to be like more positive about myself, because my therapist says I should try to do that. And so I'm trying to like not be ashamed of like doing stuff I like doing. And I guess like if I wanted to like compliment myself in some way, I would say it is kind of brave. I feel like most people wouldn't, because it's like, yeah, my videos might suck and they might be cringy and like whatever, but I'm still doing that, you know? Like a lot of people wouldn't even bother. And like not to like shame people that aren't making, and not like everybody should make YouTube videos to be a good person, but like I don't know, I think even if they're bad, there's something kind of brave about just putting yourself out there on the internet and being honest. So I'm trying to not be cringe. And it's totally off topic of the topic of food. The point is, I was hoping to like make more things in the kitchen and use the oven, and then I didn't, but I did do the chocolate chip cookies, and that was very fun and I really liked it. Moving on to tan. I don't have a whole lot to say here. It's like winter, so it's just been very dreary. It's a lot of leggings and hoodies and sweaters and stuff. I have still stubbornly like refused to wear my winter jacket, which is something I said I was gonna do last month, but it just like wasn't cold enough yet. Like we had so many like warm days that were like fall days, but it's like January now. It's finally starting to get like cold, where I'm like, okay, I can't be outside in a hoodie for longer than a few minutes without getting cold. Like I can walk to the store and back, and that's kind of fine, but it's getting colder, so I feel like even that's not gonna be fine in a couple days. So I think it's finally time to like whip out the winter jacket, but I really am gonna be like the last person standing in Toronto who still hasn't put on the winter jacket. I think I took it with me once one place, but I like, didn't want to wear it, so I took it because I knew my mom would yell at me if I didn't have a jacket, but I'd like never put it on. I was just holding it, which is like the worst part of having a winter jacket, is lugging it around. Like I hate Canada Goose jackets. I think they're stupid and like overly like so expensive. Like I don't understand why anyone would ever buy one, but I do like that they have those like straps that you can just like put your coat on your back like a backpack if you're not wearing it. I do admire those, and I don't know if there are cheaper jackets that do that. I'm sure there are. Like that can't be like the premium feature of Canada Goose jackets, but I want to like, I have like an Eddie Bauer jacket, so I kind of want to like take, if I could like just get someone else to put straps on my jacket, it would make my life so much easier, because it's like brilliant, genius. Every jacket should do that. I know I said last month that I started a bag to like declutter things that I just don't want to wear anymore, and so I can like clear up room in my kitchen or in my closet and just like have less stuff. And I've been slowly like adding to it. Like again, it's not a whole lot of stuff, and it's not anything like revolutionary. It's like I put something on, I notice it has a hole, it goes in the bag. There's a couple t-shirts that like don't have holes or anything. I just like don't like them and don't want to wear them. So I think I'm gonna put those in the bag soon. I've just been like slowly adding to it, and I don't know, it feels nice to just be like, okay, I don't have to worry about this article of clothing anymore taking up space because it's in the to-go bag, and once the bag is big enough to go, it will go. Two other things. I have been kind of, okay, so this is like a good part to this and the bad part is. The bad part is I have been buying a lot of YouTuber merch. The good part is I actually have had more self-restraint than I thought I would. Like there's a bunch of YouTuber merch that I wanted and didn't end up buying. So like boo, no impulse control, but woo, I did have some impulse control. Another example of my prime impulse control when it comes to tan and fashion related things is on Boxing Day. On Boxing Day, I really wanted to buy this pair of platform Doc Martens that had like a zip on the side, and they were like so pretty and they looked so good on me. And they were like, I think like 20% off or something. So they were like down from like 300 to like 250 something. I don't know if that's like 20% away. It was like less than, I don't know if those are the exact prices. I know it was less than 25%, but it was like a good chunk off, and those normally are not off. And I almost bought them, I really did, and then I didn't. And then I was like, you know what? No. As much as you love these, and as much as they would make you taller, breaking them in is gonna be a bitch, and your credit card bill is already out of control, and so I didn't buy them. And ladies and gentlemen, that's what we call financial responsibility. That's what we call being a girl boss. That's what we call like self-control and restraint and like impulse control, something that I definitely have and I'm not struggling with on a daily basis. So, you know, I had to note that down as an L because I was like, I'm still thinking about those boots. They're so pretty. Like literally, like I think if I pay off my credit card and I'm good for a couple months and I get a good couple months of savings in, maybe if they go on sale again, I will get them. If I'm still thinking about them by the time that happens, because they're so pretty. And if I can break them in, which I think I just have to be stubborn about it, because my understanding of Docs is like, because I have like one pair of Doc Martens, and they're the kind that have like the soft leather, not the like hard like rubbery leather, like the polished leather. I don't know what you call it, but it's like the soft leather. And to my understanding, those are a lot easier to break in. So like I have those, and they were not too difficult to break in. Like they were uncomfortable for like a day or two, and then they were fine. To my understanding, the hard ones, the hard shiny ones, are a lot harder to break in, and that's the kind that those were. There was also a pair that was like the soft kind that I'm used to, but I just didn't like those as much. Like the rubbery ones were so pretty. And so I'm just like, okay, I really want them. So I'm still thinking about them, and I want to risk having to like spend months breaking them in. Maybe I'll get them when they're on sale, but I didn't. And the important thing here is I didn't buy them. And so like impulse control. Moving on to Jonathan Van Ness. I have some good and bad stuff. My hair stuff is good. I have been using hair masks lately because I kind of felt like my hair was maybe like a little bit under proteinated and under like just like needed some extra like juju. So I have been kind of like added some masks the past couple weeks, and I feel like that kind of revitalized my hair a little bit. I also restocked some stuff I was running low on during Black Friday because then I could get like buy one get one half off, which is great. I got like some gel and I got some conditioner, which are like the two things I go through the fastest. I have like so much, like I have like shampoo for days, I have masks for days, I have like a bunch of other products that I like use not frequently enough to go through quickly, but I go through so much gel and conditioner because I use it like every single time I shower, and I use it like large quantities of it every time. So it was nice to get that out of the way. Brushing teeth is still bad. It's not like, I guess it could be worse, but it couldn't be much worse. Like it's not great. I feel very bad about it. And I feel like I probably have to go to the dentist either at the end of this month or the beginning of next month. And so I'm feeling very like ominous about that, because I think I'm also getting like my like the yearly, like when the doctor checks you out, it's not just like the hygienist like cleaning your teeth. So I'm like stressed about what they're gonna say. But also like I don't know. I just can't do it. I'm sorry. What other Jonathan Van Ness updates do I have? I know that last month I cleaned my makeup brushes, and I hadn't actually used them after I'd cleaned them. So I didn't have any updates on the like how it is to use them, but I was very excited too, because I was like, I feel like my makeup's gonna look really good. And I was right. I know this is like not breaking news, but like when you do your makeup with clean brushes, it looks so freaking good. Everything just blends into your face so much better. It looks so much more natural because you can actually like press things into your face. It's not like as streaky. It's just like, my makeup has been looking really fire lately, and I think it's literally just because I cleaned my brushes. So like, note to self, do not let your brushes get that dirty ever again. And I know there was bad, because I know there was a point where I was using like foundation brushes that like I could feel like the bristles were like glued together because there's so much old, this is so gross, because there's so much old foundation in it. Like, yeah, I know my acne is bad because of hormonal stuff, but I definitely think I make it worse by doing the insane shit I do with my makeup brushes. So like, my bad. I don't know how having on like some sort of like weird like clogged skin infection or like eye infection or something with like the way I play fast and loose with my makeup brushes. Like I think my only saving grace is I don't use them on other people. Like it's just my own bacteria coming back to myself, but it's like, it's not good. And forget like my health, my makeup just looks so much better when my brushes are clean. Like, God, like why is that so difficult for me to comprehend? I said I was gonna do my brows last month. I didn't do them. I still need to do them. I don't know if I'm gonna do them this month because again, the Omicron of it all. I don't even know if like Ontario is like locked down again, so I don't even know if like the person who does my brows can actually do them. Like is she even allowed to operate anymore? I don't know. But yeah, the brows are a situation for sure. I definitely should have done them earlier. I slacked off too much and now we're like in another variant wave. So like, who knows when I'll get them done, but that's like my bad. Okay, here's like a thing I have to complain about makeup wise, like grooming wise. You know, I was so excited because I got that Fenty eyeliner. If you've like watching any of my other videos, you've probably seen me talk about it in like a makeup video. I got like a little mini of the Fenty fly liner and I really liked it. And then like the lid fell off in my makeup bag while I was at my mom's house and it was just like open for like I feel like 24, 48 hours. Dried the fuck out and I'm so sad because I think I'd used it like 3 or 4 times before it dried out and I'm like so bitter about that because like I really liked it and I have to get a new one, but I don't want to get a full size. I fucking hate buying full sizes of things that I'm like, I don't know, like they're not like tried and true, like I know I'm gonna go through it. And like I said, I like the Fenty fly liner, but I'm also one of those people that's like I still would have liked to get through the sample size before deciding if I wanted a full size of it, because you don't know how things are gonna work out long term, right? Like I don't want to buy a full size of something if it's like something that dries out naturally, like not if you leave it open, which like dries out naturally over the course of like 2 months, then you don't want to get a full size of that. You might as well just get a mini. Like I know like I actually prefer the like I get the KVD full sizes sometimes, but I prefer the minis just because if you don't store them like standing up, the KVD minis are really prone to drying out like quickly. So it's like, it makes more sense to get the minis because you'll get through them as opposed to getting a full size that's going to dry out before you can get through the whole thing. Or not maybe dry out because I still like use my old ones, but they definitely are like harder to use before you like actually run out of like liquid in them. So that's my thing. I've still been doing lashes. I didn't do them today, even though like this liner look, which is like mostly faded now, but I did do like a mini like baby wing. I don't know if you guys can see, like I did like the big wing and then I did like the little like under like fake lash thing. This would have looked really good with falsies. I just like didn't put them on today because I had other stuff to do, but I have been regularly doing the big eyeliner with falsies thing and I just like, I really love it. And I want to like maybe not now, but at some point contact my optometrist about contacts, like seriously, just so that I can have really big lashes and not have them like be suppressed under my glasses, which is what often happens. That's why I didn't actually do it, because like the video I was filming earlier, I needed to have my glasses on for it, and so I know I wouldn't be able to like look, the lashes would just be like smooshed up, and I was like, this is stupid. There's no need for me to put lashes on because they're going to be smushed behind my glasses anyway, which is why I didn't do it, but I've been having a lot of fun with them. I think the big thing I want to do next month is the color sprays, because I said I was going to do those this month in my hair and then I just like didn't, I like forgot about them all during the holidays and I was like kind of depressed during the holidays, so I just like didn't have the energy for anything. But look, they're still in my bathroom and I really want to do them because they're fun. They are fun for me. Okay, whew. Moving on to Karamo. I usually have the most to say about him and I think I still have the most to say about him, but I also just have like less than I normally do. Also, I'm talking so fast. I've been trying to slow down. Actually, like this is the first video where I've been trying to slow down because I was talking to one of my friends who watches my videos and she was like, you say really good stuff in your videos and your content is really good, but you talk so fast. And I was like, I know. And it's like, it's been like a constant like thing with me, like my whole life. Anytime I've ever done like a presentation or any sort of like public speaking class, my feedback doesn't, like from every single stage of my life, from like elementary school to like university, my feedback has consistently been, your content is great, you just talk too fucking fast. And I think it's because I speed up when I'm nervous or when I'm trying not to forget to say something. I like speed up because I want to get through all of the information as quickly as possible before because I don't trust my brain to like retain it long term. So I'm like, get through before you can forget things. And it just makes me like sound like I'm just like speed running stuff. And she was like, yeah, like when we were hanging out, like you never talk like that fast. Like you talk fast, but like not like to the degree that you do in your videos and to the degree that makes it kind of hard to like listen to sometimes. And I was like, yeah, I know. I don't even know what it is because it's like I don't usually, like I sometimes do. Sometimes I'll like be talking about something and I'll be nervous, but I don't usually like actively, like I used to when I think when I first started my channel, I felt like kind of nervous, but I like don't really feel nervous when I'm alone, at least talking to the camera now, unless it's like a video with like not a script but like loose bullet points I want to hit, because then again I'm trying to like, it's the same thing where I'm trying to like recall, so I'm like, okay, don't forget to say this, don't forget to say that, and then I'll speed up. But like these videos when I'm just like casually chatting, I feel like I don't like actively feel nervous anymore about filming them, so I don't know why I speed up. I think, yeah, I don't know, because I can feel myself doing it now. And I'm trying to like help us slow down, talk slower, because I know that was one of her suggestions. And she was like, you should just like talk slower, like to the point where you think it's weird how slow you're talking, because then it's gonna sound normal. And so I'm trying to do that. But yeah, it's hard to remember, like to be conscious of like, okay, slow down. But it is something I'm working on. If you do watch my videos, I appreciate you for sticking around, and I do like genuinely like, really appreciate feedback like that, where it's not just like, hey, you fucking suck, and it's more like, hey, I really enjoy this, but if you tried this, your things might be better. If you had like just like suggestions on like, yeah, like just like how I can make my videos a better viewing experience, like please tell me. It was funny though, because the way she like messaged me about this, she was like, hey, are you like ready for constructive criticism from somebody who loves you? And I was like, I wasn't thinking of like YouTube at all. So I was just like, oh my God, what have I done? And I like freaked out, and I was like, you know, probably not, but like lay it on me. And she was like, no, it's fine. It's just about your YouTube videos. And I was like, oh, like, yeah, lay it on me. Cause like, I thought it was gonna be like, you made this post on Tumblr and it sucked, and it's actually like secretly that you're like a horrible person with all these like secret biases that you didn't know about, and actually you're like a racist homophobe who like hates women and hates yourself and also like hates children and also thinks that like fascism is good. And I was like, holy shit. And it was like none of those things. It was literally you talk too fast in your YouTube videos, which like, it's true, I do, and I do know, and I am working on it. But it's always nice to get a reminder, because it reminds me to work harder and better and more conscious about it. Because sometimes I'm like, am I being too hard on myself? Like, I think I talk really fast in my YouTube videos. Maybe I'm just being nitpicky because I'm hard on myself. So it's nice to get a second opinion of like, which one of your own insecurities is like accurate and which one of your insecurities is just like not true at all, you know? Like that was actually really great comment, because it was like, oh, you do like the content, you just think I talk too fast. Whereas I'm like, the content sucks and you talk too fast. So anyway, that was a little tangent, but yeah. So Karamo. I know I mentioned last month that there was a bunch of emails that I've been meaning to send for like a year, and I think I have 5 or 6, and I haven't sent them all, but I did send 2, and one of those was literally in therapy with Sarah. She was like, we are gonna send this email right now, and I did it, so that was great. And then I sent another one in my free time, so that was cool. Check that off the list. There was a thing that I've been working on for the past, I wanna say, like week and a half, maybe, and I don't want to talk about it, like what it actually is on camera yet, because if it doesn't end up happening, I don't want to be embarrassed like that. I'm just one of those people that because I'm very self-conscious and I also hate failure, I don't want to like publicly announce. I think I did it with NaNoWriMo actually. I did publicly announce that I was doing NaNoWriMo, but I feel like I also like preemptively was like, I'm not going to finish this. Whereas with this thing, I kind of like, I don't know, I don't think my chances are bad of this like working out the way I want it to. I don't think the chances are bad. Like I think it could actually work out how I want it to. So if it does, I want to be like very excited to announce it once it's like confirmed that it's happening. But if it doesn't end up happening, which there's a not insignificant chance, like there's a pretty solid chance it won't end up happening either. Like I'm trying to be really realistic about it and not like get excited before I'm like sure, because I'm kind of like pulling it all together last minute kind of. But if it doesn't end up happening, I don't want to be like the person that was like, I'm doing this thing and I failed. And I know I've said this before that I like am really bad at like being bad at stuff and failing, but I'm trying to get better at it. But it's still not one of those things I feel publicly comfortable being like, hey, I'm gonna do this thing. And I might not work out. So if it works out, you guys will be hearing about it. And if not, I'll just tell you it didn't work out and we won't talk about it again. But yeah, I'm excited. I still have to work on it for like, I want to say 2 more weeks. And then I don't know when I'll hear back about it, but it will be done in the next 2 weeks. I don't have to worry about it anymore. But it is a thing I've been working on. I am kind of excited about it and I'm very nervous about it. So it's a thing I've been talking about. I can't, it sounds so cryptic. I don't want to embarrass myself. You know, that's the thing. If it falls through and I fail, which is like totally possible, lots of people do this thing and lots of people fail at it. But if I fail, I don't want to like deal with the embarrassment of having to tell you guys I failed. So if you don't hear about it, just like assume I failed. Cool. Maybe like 10 years down the road, if I'm like a successful YouTuber or something, or like a streamer or whatever, and I'm like an internet personality with like lots of adoring fans, somebody can ask me, hey, what was that thing you were talking about? And then we can like look back on it and laugh. But until I am far distanced from it, I will not be looking back and laughing if I don't have it happen. So anyway, speaking of Twitch, I know the last month that I was going to try to do a test stream in December, and that didn't end up happening because I started doing this thing and that kind of like occupied a bunch of my time. I had a bunch of my days off. But once I'm done figuring this thing out, like in mid-January, I'm going to dedicate the rest of January to like putting the finishing touches on my stream and then doing a test stream, and then hopefully end of January, beginning of February, I can actually start streaming, and that will be fun. I also didn't want to do like gaming that much, like I did, but like mostly browser games because I just don't think my computer will handle it. I do kind of actually want to get Minecraft and play it because like everybody's playing it. I know there's like really recently like a new update that looks cool with like caves and shit, and I just like don't understand Minecraft, and I would like to understand it more since I watch so much Minecraft content now. So I might do that, and then I don't know if people who like actually understand Minecraft want to like come into my chat and like tell me how to not die, because I watched Amazing Phil's video when he was playing Minecraft and he kept dying, and I don't want that to be me, because apparently even dying in fictional context pisses me off. I said apparently dying in fictional context pisses me off. What I meant to say was apparently failing in fictional context pisses me off, but I think dying does too. I don't want to die in real life or in fiction. I don't want to fail in real life or in fiction. I'm like very one-to-one So I would appreciate having people give me tips. So that'd be cool. What else have I talked about? I don't have like a whole lot. Like I haven't done really any, yeah, my socializing has been pretty limited to like my family and yeah, my family and then like the girl who's staying something in the room upstairs. She's pretty chill too. It's kind of it. I've been watching Daredevil a lot with my brother. So that's been really fun because it's been like a cool way of bonding. Cause like I watched, let's get into the media portion of this, I guess, since I'm kind of like linking those two things, but I watched Spider-Man on New Year's Eve. I watched Spider-Man, like literally we were in the movie theater watching Spider-Man No Way Home when when it rolled over to like 2022, like at midnight, because I could hear someone in the back row like going Happy New Year to like all the people there with them. Also, I know there's an Omicron thing. We were super careful. The cinemas in Ontario are not serving food right now. We checked the show time. It was like, we were like, no one's gonna be there because it's so late. And also we booked in advance and there was like nobody booked in the movie theater. So when we actually did end up going, it was like our party of 4 and then like 6 people in like whole other side of the movie theater, and the rest of the movie theater was like dead empty. And we all double masked and we're all like boosted. So it was kind of one of those things where it was like, it wasn't even my idea. Like I probably wouldn't have done it if it was just my idea, but like the plan was kind of made for me and I did actually want to see the movie, and I kind of was like weighing the risks. I was like, this is kind of okay. And at the time it was still legal, it's not anymore. But I felt okay about it, and now it's been a good like 5 or 6 days, so I don't think I got Omicron, so I guess that was fine. But I'm pretty like holed up inside now. But anyway, so I agreed to watch Daredevil because if you haven't watched that movie, spoiler alert, Matt Murdock is in it for like a hot minute, and I was like, okay, if they're actually starting to like incorporate, because the whole thing with the Netflix MCU shows is they weren't really part of the MCU. Like you were told they were part of the MCU, like you were like told this is MCU canon, but then they weren't. Like they didn't actually, like the movies impacted them, but they didn't impact the movies at all. So I just like didn't watch them because I was like, I don't have time to watch a roster of like full season TV shows. And I still feel that way, but now that Marvel is actually like incorporating their new shows into the movie universe and you kind of have to watch them to get the full picture, I'm like reluctantly watching them now. But since he was in No Way Home, I was like, okay, fine, I'll go back and watch Daredevil, and I've only watched the first season, but I really like it. It's very gory. It's more gory than I would like, and to my understanding, all of the Netflix shows are pretty gory, which sucks because it's gonna be a pain to get through them. And I still don't know if I'm going to, because I know both of the characters they brought from Netflix to like the MCU proper are both from Daredevil. Like it's Matt in No Way Home, and then I think Kingpin, like Fisk, is in the Hawkeye show, which I still haven't watched. But yeah, so I've been watching that, and it was just a nice way to bond with him, and I do really like the show. Like Matt Murdock is just like, I love him, I really do. At least so far. Maybe my feelings will change later on, but so far I really, really love him. Yeah, No Way Home, I went into that with like everyone said it was really good, but I like have been burned so many times by Marvel, and also by people saying Marvel movies are good, that I was like, even though everyone says this is good, including people whose opinions I trust, I was like, it's probably not gonna be as good. Bro, they fixed it. Like almost every single problem I have with Marvel's version of Spider-Man, like with like Tom Holland's Peter Parker, they like fixed almost every single one. It was so good. And sorry about all the spoilers, but with like everything with like Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire and like all the old villains, all the old characters come back, it was just like, it was so good. It was like amazing. Like it definitely is like top 5 Marvel movie for sure. I know when it came out, I almost was like, this might usurp Captain America the Winter Soldier for me. Now that I'm a couple days removed, I don't know if I necessarily still would argue that, but it's definitely like maybe number 2. Because the thing with Captain America the Winter Soldier is I think it's like a good standalone movie, you know, like even if you don't care about like superheroes, you don't care about comic books, you don't care about like the pre stuff and the post stuff, like I think you'd get less out of it. But I just think if that was the only Marvel movie you've ever watched, you would still have a good time, just because it's like a good like thriller film. Which is why, whereas I think like No Way Home is really incredible, but I also think you literally have to have like, for half of it to like work out, like make any sense to you, you have to have the context of not only the MCU, but like the 2 previous Spider-Man franchises, you know? So it's one of those things where it's like, Marvel does fan service a lot, and a lot of the time I think the fan service is bad. This time it was fan service in a good way. Like it was fan service that felt like earned, and like that the fans would actually enjoy, instead of just like lazy to like wring profits out of people. Like obviously it did wring profits, like it was also for the money, but it also like worked and felt earned. And so I was okay with it. Like I'm okay with fan service when it makes sense. And this time I did. What else did I watch? I'm almost on The Witcher 2, like season 2 of The Witcher, which I am loving so much more than season 1. Like I hated season 1. I didn't hate it, okay, that's harsh. There were a lot of things I liked about season 1, but generally speaking, I thought season 1 of The Witcher was like overhyped. I did not get why people were like, this is the greatest thing ever. This is like the new Game of Thrones. This is so amazing. Because there were a lot of things that pissed me off. I just did not like Yennefer's character at all. I really liked Jaskier and I really liked Geralt, but I just didn't like their relationship together. Like the way people were shipping them, I was like, this only works for me if you can tell that they like each other. And like on Jaskier's side, I was like, yeah, he clearly is like loves Geralt, but like on the other side of things, it was like Geralt is not giving enough for me to be like, because it was like, I know there's like the whole like broody, angry one who like hates showing affection versus like the sunshiny loud one, that dynamic, but it was just like Geralt didn't even like there were no like hidden moments. There was not like, oh, he like loves him but he's like suppressing it, or he like cares about him but it's just like doesn't want to like give away his like cover of being a tough man. It was just like he was just mean to his friend, and I was just like, I can't do it. And there's just a lot about season 1 that I didn't love. I really liked Cirilla. There were things with her that I really liked. I really liked like Calente and Tisea. Like there were a lot of characters I loved, but I just like overall like didn't care. Like to the point where like after like episode 7, which is I think the last one you see Yaskir, and I could be wrong, but I just like didn't finish season 1 of The Witcher. Like I just like I watched episode 8 of season 1 of The Witcher when I was starting season 2. So like I watched I watched that episode, like I watched the last episode of season 1 and then started season 2. And so far I have like half of the season left. No, I have 3 episodes left. I think I have 3 episodes of season 2 left. And so far I've been loving it so much more. I find Yennefer so much more likable than she was in the previous season. Everything, like my only, I think maybe real complaint is that like I think the way how quickly Geralt like accepted Ciri as his like daughter basically was like a little too quick. Like I feel like he just like immediately flipped a switch and was like dad mode, and I feel like that would be hard for someone who like never expected to be a parent to suddenly be like, I have like a teenage daughter now. But I did read something about how like they wanted, like Henry Cavill like fought for that specifically because he wanted it to like be like a reflective of his own upbringing, and how like Geralt felt very supported when he like by like Vesemir, and he wanted to kind of pass that on to Ciri. So like the explanation kind of made sense. I just felt like it was a little bit jarring. But so far, otherwise, I'm really enjoying it. Yaskir is so good. He and Geralt haven't met up yet, so I don't know how they're gonna fix that problem for me, but he's been so good this season. His dynamic with Yen is amazing. Like, I love it. It's weird though, because like I feel like Yennefer and Geralt have chemistry with literally everybody in the show except for each other, which is weird because they're like supposed to have the most chemistry with each other, but the chemistry with each other sucks and is like incredible with everybody else. But yeah, so far loving season 2. Like there's no plot point where I'm like, I hate this, I don't want to hear about this. Like I think everything going with the elves and Nilfgaard is so interesting, like Fringilla and Francesca and Cahir and like all of them. I find all the characters so interesting. So yeah, I'm really enjoying season 2. I'm excited to finish it. I also like speedran Arcane, which I really liked. I don't know anything about League of Legends, but I really liked Arcane. I think Jinx is so valid. She, I think, deserved to like blow up more things actually. And like I love Victor. Victor is my poor little meow meow, and like I want him to conduct more fucked up little experiments on himself. I was so sad when he stopped, but then a bunch of people have told me that he apparently does keep doing that to himself because he's like totally different in the game, which like is a spoiler, but I'm happy to hear it. I like when men are like sad and pathetic and then do fucked up little experiments on themselves to make themselves less sad and pathetic, but it just like warps them beyond belief and they become like kind of monstrous and kind of hot. Anyway, I'm oversharing. Anyway, Arcane was really good. That's all I gotta say. Oh, and then before my roommates left to go like on their vacation stuff, we watched the 6th Harry Potter movie, which was also very fun. I like could not remember that one at all because I think I've only seen it once or twice. So it was nice. It was a good time. Did I talk about how I was pissed about Omicron? That's like a big thing this month. I think the thing is like my birthday is coming up this month. It's the 23rd if you weren't aware. And I have 3 days off for my birthday. So I was hoping I could like do things with friends. I had a friend who was gonna come up, not like specifically for my birthday, but to like do other stuff in town too. But it was like gonna be exciting to have her in town. And I don't know, I was just like very excited for my birthday this year after not like doing anything for my birthday last year and literally celebrating it alone and buying myself cake, and just it was just kind of sad and pathetic, right? So I was like very stoked for my birthday this year, especially after seeing like so many people actually have birthday parties in like the late 2021, right? Like when things had gotten better and people were vaccinated, like people were having birthdays and doing regular things, and I was getting really excited for my birthday, which is weird because I usually don't get excited for my birthday, but I guess like not being able to celebrate made me want to celebrate more. And so Omicron hitting so quickly has me so fucking pissed. And like obviously like there are bigger things to worry about, like people have lost their jobs, people are sick, people are dying, like there are like serious issues. Like me not having a birthday party is not a big deal. I'm not like, we need to not, I'm not like advocating for us to like reduce like restrictions and be like, I should be having a birthday, because even if they did, like I still wouldn't have one because it's like not responsible or safe. But it does fucking bum me out that this is happening because it was like so preventable. And I just like, I really was looking forward to having a birthday because like, yeah, 27 is such a weird one too, because I'm like literally like, I feel so grim and dark for things. Literally my only like goal for 27 is like to not join the 27 club, which I feel like is gonna happen to me, which is again dark and grim, but I like, that's like literally it. So I would like to like start it off on a good note and like a positive note, because like the deadly pandemic thing is not really like boding well for the not joining the 27 club thing. So I don't love it. The other thing is I was really hoping, I think I mentioned it, that I wanted my holiday break to be like really restful, because I was supposed to have the house to myself for like 2.5 weeks, I think. And so I was really excited because I was gonna like use the kitchen and like always be up in the like using the oven, take a lot of baths, like film a lot of videos upstairs, like I said, like in the kitchen. And it was one of those things where like nothing stops me from doing this when I'm at home, like when everyone else is at home, except for my own like anxiety. And so like I could do it when people get back, but I just don't want to. And so I was looking forward to doing it when the house is empty. But because we ended up having a subletter initially for 5 days, and then it just ended up being the entirety of like the holidays. That didn't happen. Again, not because she would stop me, it's really because now it's like, it's my house more so than it is hers, because she's just like staying for a couple days. But like I could just go and do those things, but it just stresses me out so bad. Like even today when I was doing the chocolate chip video, I was like, every time she had to walk in to grab something, it was like totally fine and she wasn't doing anything wrong, and I wasn't like, don't do it. I was like, yeah, like, you live here for this week, come and go, like don't worry about it. But I was just like so self-conscious that she could like listen to me talk, and it was one of those things where I was like really just like hoping to enjoy the house to myself, and I couldn't do that because just like the way things ended up happening, the house was on empty. I also just like didn't have a restful break at all, because like I said, I was supposed to like just rest and film videos, and I ended up working on this thing that I'm not talking about yet in case it doesn't work out. So it just like was not as restful as I hoped, even though I had like 6 days off, which you would think would be restful, but it wasn't. Like I just like went back to work and I was like, oh cool, I don't feel any more rested than I did before I had 6 days off. Other 2 things, yeah, literally I haven't started working out yet. I know I want to. I got Center. I need to start using it for the recipes and also the working out, so that's a goal for January because I haven't done that yet. And my big thing is I've been spending a lot. Like I said, my credit card bill is in shambles. I know I said last month that I think I'm gonna pay it off by end of January. Now it's looking a bit more like mid-February, which is still not that bad. I think it's fine as long as I like tamp down on the spending now, which I think will be okay because I don't see anything I particularly want urgently coming out, like any limited releases. That's my thing. I fucking hate scarcity marketing. It gets me so bad because I hate it so much, but I also hate missing out on stuff. So I do fall prey to it if it's something I really, really want. So like, please stop. Fucking scarcity marketing is my least favorite thing. Like it's my nemesis. If I ever become an anybody and I release limited edition merch, know that it was not my doing. Know that I didn't want to do it, and whoever like was responsible for it made me do it, because I fucking hate limited edition shit. I think it's so unfair to people. Like, or at least if it's limited to the point where it's like limited for like a day or even a week. Like I think if something is like limited, it should be limited for like a month minimum. Like it's so unfair to do that to people, you know? Like anyway, that's my little soapbox rant. So anyways, I need to stop spending money, but like Christmas season is over. I'm not gonna be buying presents for anybody, so that's like one thing that's good. 'Cause a good chunk of it, like it wasn't all for me. Like I spent a lot of money on other people, which I don't mind because like I have it to spend. I'm in a position where I can buy people presents and stuff, which is great. But I did spend a lot of money on my credit card buying presents for people, and then I bought a bunch of stuff for myself, and so I have a lot to pay off. But I think I can do it by mid-February, hopefully. Fingers crossed. So cool. I'm gonna wrap this bit up because I still have to edit, and it's like very late. My goals for January: empty the boxes by the door because I still haven't done that. Tidy my desks, clean the bathroom, keep eating well, try some Center recipes, do the Center working out, keep sorting your clothes and wearing a winter jacket, finish working on that thing that you can't talk about and hope that it goes well and that you can talk about it, but just like finish working on it. Stop buying stuff, like I said, tamp down on the spending, pay off your credit card bill, try to brush your teeth more, use the Colorista sprays if you can, depending on restrictions, get your brows done. But if like you can't get them done because like virus, then you know, you can't, it is what it is. Test your streaming setup. That's like a big thing I really want to do this month is figure the streaming thing out. Cause I feel like at this point too, I'm also like, I'm kind of getting nervous about it. So I'm like putting off finishing what I have to do. Cause then once I'm done, like there's nothing stopping me from going live. So I'm kind of procrastinating a little bit. So just like finish that, test it, and get it ready to go. Finish fixing those posters so they stop coming off the walls. And most importantly, turn 27 and not try to have too big of a panic attack about it. Cool. That's it. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button. If you wanted to follow me on other social media platforms, you can follow me on Twitter and on Instagram and on TikTok. And if you want to hang out with me in other videos, I promise they're not all just me ranting about my life, please hit that subscribe button because I post new videos every Wednesday, and I will see you guys all next week. Bye!